From New York, original capital of the Wyoming Territory, it's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, Connie Chung, musical group Soul Asylum, and Buffalo Bills quarterback Jim Kelly, plus Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous man. And now, a man celebrating 30 years in the music industry, David Letterman.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, return to your seats and keep your eyes on your belongings. On Friday, did you hear about this? And are you excited? On Friday, Oprah Winfrey announced her engagement. Now, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And if anyone is interested, we're registered at Bloomingdale's. I'm sorry. Did anybody see a guy crawl behind me? I wonder if everything is all right. I just, out of the corner of my eye, I could have sworn I saw a guy crawl behind my desk. Oh, did he get out? Is everything all right? We're ready to take off? Oh, good. You'll all receive a complimentary cocktail. Just exactly what many of you don't need. I think there may be trouble with the new administration already. A press release this morning coming out of Little Rock, Arkansas, that's saying that Bill Clinton, President-elect Bill Clinton, his first choice for a cabinet member is that Hey Vern guy. Is that going to be a problem or what? Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, over there on CBS, the second half of the very successful Frank Sinatra story, the two-part made-for-television movie. Unbelievable. Two-part miniseries, and did great business for the folks at CBS, the Frank Sinatra story. NBC was so excited about the big numbers that CBS got with their Frank Sinatra movie that they announced next month they're going to show their own two-part movie, the Frank Sinatra Jr. story. So there... Hoping to win more complimentary cocktails, aren't you? Michael Jackson has a new fragrance out. It's called Legend de Michael Jackson. Forgive me, my French is not that good. Let me try it again. Legend de Michael Jackson. I understand it smells so good it makes you want to grab yourself. Couldn't we all use a little bit of that just about now? Ladies and gentlemen, you could not have joined us on a better evening. Our old friend Connie Chung is back here tonight on the show. Yeah, the lovely, the talented Connie Chung. Soul Asylum, and also from the Buffalo Bills, Jim Kelly. Now, kids, do me a favor, say hello to our good friend, TV's Paul Schaefer.
Thank you so much. Thank you for remembering. Thank you all for being so kind.
Let me ask you a question, Paul.
Sir.
Sunday, I'm at my home having dinner with my family and my friends. It's a tradition every Sunday afternoon. At my house, a big dinner with me, my family, and my friends.
Really?
The phone, yeah.
So nice.
Yeah, we all sit down and we're just getting ready to have our lovely meal, and the phone rings. And you know how annoying that can be.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I get up from the table, I excuse myself to my family, I excuse myself to my friends, I say, I'll get the phone, I'll be right back. I go in, and it's a guy calling from MCI. And he wants me to switch from AT&T. And he told me that you gave them my number. Now, what's the deal? How about that, huh?
It's just not worth it.
Oh, my gosh, what a show we have tonight. Connie Chung is going to be here. Connie has not been on this show. Do you know how long it has been since Connie Chung?
We haven't seen her in over a year.
Take a guess. Yeah, over a year, exactly. Close to 3 years.
Really? Really?
Yeah. Which, technically speaking, is over a year.
I suppose it is.
That's right. Connie is back tonight, and I can't even, I'm more than a little bit nervous.
How come?
Well, we haven't seen her in 3 years. Wouldn't that be nice? And she dumped me and went off and married that awful Maury guy.
You always loved her.
Yeah, yeah.
And she broke your heart, I guess.
Do me a favor, Paul. Let's try and tonight, we'll try and coax a song out of Connie.
Oh, sure.
All right?
I didn't know she, well.
Didn't know she what?
Didn't know she was a singer.
Oh, well, sure. Connie can do everything. You know, now that the election is behind us, we felt like we've had a chance to kind of let all of this sink in. We've had a chance to absorb the strategy from both the Democrats and the Republicans, and also independent candidate Ross Perot. We felt like tonight would be an excellent time to sort of look back and compare the campaigns of Bill Clinton and, of course, George Bush. Paul, do you have a little introductory music here for our campaign comparison? Wow, nice going, Paul. That brought the audience to their feet. They know real excitement when they see it. Okay, here we go. This is our little campaign comparison. The Clinton campaign, the staff spent every free moment looking for new answers to the nation's problems. Well, good for them. The Bush campaign, the staff spent every free moment looking for new jobs. You see, that would be a difference in the strategy of the two campaigns, ladies and gentlemen. The Bush campaign kissed babies. Always a good idea. The Clinton campaign kissed babes. What? Kissed babes. Oh. Kiss those babes. They're kissing those babes. The Clinton campaign economic plan endorsed by over 500 leading economists. You can't get a better endorsement. No. The Bush campaign, the economic plan was endorsed by Phil Rizzuto. Well, there are two. That's something.
Two different types of...
To get an endorsement from approaches. A guy with the nickname The Scooter. The Clinton campaign feared voters would be put off by Hillary's outspoken nature. The Bush campaign feared voters might be confused by Barbara's George Washington haircut. I'm going to have trouble with the new administration because I always think that the name of the First Lady is Valerie, not Hillary.
I know.
So it's going to take me a while. I mean, I'll probably be 2 or 3 years into the administration still calling her Valerie. I hope you can find it in your hearts to forgive me. The Bush campaign, well, they had Jennifer, of course, and the Clinton campaign, they had Jennifer with a G. Yeah. The Clinton campaign, after convention, arranged for their popular bus trip. The Bush campaign, after their convention, arranged for the moving vans. That was their strategy there, the Bush campaign. The Clinton campaign brought out statistics showing staggering declines in employment rate, housing starts, and gross national product. The Bush campaign brought out Bruce Willis. Well, there, see that? How about some more of that peppy theme music, Paul? Okay, that's fine. Man. Did you see those brightly colored balloons? If you're good, maybe we'll get some of those for you. The Bush campaign. Bush reminisced about the time he was shot down by Japanese planes in the South Pacific. The Clinton campaign, Clinton reminisced about the time he was shot down by a Japanese babe at a college mixer. The Bush campaign have watched with helpless horror the inexorable growth of the federal deficit. The Clinton campaign have watched with helpless horror the inexorable growth of Bill's waistline. Oh, yeah. Ooh, ouch. Ooh. The audience recoiling in horror. Ooh, ah, what a nasty remark. The Clinton campaign traveled to 9 states in the final 24 hours. The Bush campaign boasted that Quayle could name 9 states in 24 hours. Yeah, they have a little trouble with the idea that a guy may be fat, but no trouble whatsoever with the idea that a guy's dumb.
Yes.
The Clinton campaign, Democratic convention included speakers of every race, gender, and sexual preference. The Bush campaign, Republican convention, included some white guys with a suntan. Yeah, there you go. All right, well, there go those free balloons. You can just kiss those balloons goodbye. The Clinton campaign, organized, focused, energetic. And the Bush campaign, strung out on Metamucil. There you go. There's tonight's campaign. Here's my pledge to you, the home viewer. From now on, every night at the beginning of the program, Bob, are you listening to this? We'll drop colorful balloons.
Hey, now you're talking show business.
Yeah, at the beginning of every show, we're going to drop millions of colorful balloons. Thank you very much.
Great.
Yeah. I tell you what, let's do a commercial now and bring out our old friend Connie Chung. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. Connie Chung is here tonight, Soul Asylum, and Jim Kelly, quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. And I believe if we have time, Jim and I will be tossing footballs around.
Good.
I hope no one is injured, especially no one in the audience. Hey, Connie Chung is here now. It's interesting because her husband, Maury Povich, has his own television show entitled Maury. And before that, he was on the Fox show Current Affair. Mm-hmm. And do you know what he did before that?
No.
He did odd jobs. Now, this is to give you an idea how sometimes interesting and unusual ways you get into show business. Mm-hmm. He did odd jobs and I think some yard work for Vince McMahon.
Is that?
That's right. Absolutely true. We'll ask Connie when she comes out here. And Vince spotted him and gave him his first job on television. And now he's got his own show entitled Maury. Let's do the top 10 list. This is something we do each and every night. This is a list of 10 items from a different walk of modern culture each night. Just a little icebreaker, a little conversation starter around the breakfast table tomorrow morning. The category tonight, top 10 signs you're in love with Oprah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is great. Top 10 signs now that you're in love with Oprah Winfrey. Here we go, number 10. You were the only person who really cared when she put the weight back on, of course. Number 9, your pet name for Chicago, the Winfrey City. Number 8, you find yourself saying to her, no, I don't think you've run out of topics. Number 7, you hardly think about Nell Carter anymore. Number 6. As though loons had been released in the studio. Number 6, there's an electronic tote board in your living room continuously tallying her net worth. Number 5, you're in her audience, she calls on you, you can't stand up. Number 4, when she doesn't have a... You know, strictly speaking, I don't think that's what we had in mind. But thank you anyway for helping yourself to that punchline. Let's see. Number 4, when she doesn't have a guest, you agree to cross-dress and marry a goat. Number 3. Number 3, whenever anyone says, oh, you immediately add pra. Number 2, you have every Oprah show on tape and keep them in a lead-lined, earthquake-proof vault in the Mojave Desert. And the number 1 sign you're in love with Oprah, the wind cries Oprah. I'm very nervous. We're going to bring Connie out here. A lot has changed. A lot has happened since Connie was last here, nearly 3 years ago. 3 years ago tonight, I believe it was. Our first guest is a correspondent and the anchor of the CBS Evening News Sunday edition. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to this program my first wife, Connie Chung. Connie! Connie Chung, ladies and gentlemen. Connie, now, you applied great pressure to my neck again.
I know. Do you still have your neck
problem? I have a neck injury, yes. Once you have a neck injury, you'll have it the rest of your life.
I know. I knew that.
And you're not here 10 seconds, and you've aggravated my neck injury with that bulldog headlock that your husband taught you.
Well, you're lucky I didn't get you in a half Nelson.
Connie, let me look at you.
You know what? You look a little thinner.
I am thinner. I'm much thinner.
Did you lose weight?
Thank you very much. Yes, I did. I've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, how come?
Well, I weighed 260, and I said to myself,
Really?
260, yeah, that's too much.
That's much more than
Let me tell you something, Connie. I was turning into a regular couch potato.
Really?
Yeah.
And were you channel surfing?
Channel surfing.
Yeah. Do you
I
sit
don't know.
there with that clicker and
so
go?
I lost weight, but you look fabulous as always. Hey, a lot has changed since you were here last.
I know.
Yeah, look at this. We got one of these now. Yeah, we used to have it years ago. You know, I'm sending one of those to Dan Rather for Christmas. He can use it on the evening news.
He'll love it.
For example, whenever there's a story about a poisonous gas, he just hits that, and there you go.
I think that's a good idea, Dave.
How long have you been with CBS?
Gosh, more than 3 years.
Yeah. And you've re-signed to a new deal? You're going to be there a little longer?
Yeah.
How do you like things over there at CBS?
I love it. I love it.
You anchor when Dan's not around.
Right.
What is your relationship like with Dan Rather?
Well, it's great. But I actually don't see him because I anchor when he's not there,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
So he's not there when I'm there.
But are you friendly with the man? Do you know him at all?
Yeah, I've known him for 20 years.
What kind of guy is he?
He's terrific. He's great. He's full of those Texas lines, you know, that, he uses a lot of.
Texas lines like what?
Well, you know, I can't do Dan. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But he does, you saw him on election night.
Doing the Texas lines, you're saying?
Yeah.
Texas regionalisms, Texas colloquialisms?
Like your Indiana colloquialisms.
Yeah.
Right? You have them, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But,
Here's one we have in Indiana that's very popular.
What?
Let's move to Chicago. You hear that a lot in Indiana, especially up near Gary, Indiana.
Dave?
Tell me about the election coverage you were on covering the governor's races.
Yes, yes. I did the governor's races, the referenda, and exit polling on issues.
Ooh, that can be very painful, can't it?
Well, the thing about the governors is, there were 12 people running, 12 state houses that were open, and nobody really cared because, no one knew very much about the governors, so I had to sort of make them interesting. The youngest governor was elected 36 years old in Indiana.
Re-elected.
Evan Bayh. Yes,
re-elected. This is his second term there.
David knows so much.
Well, I'm from Indiana.
Oh, of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course you are. I'm sorry, I just said that.
That's another one of those Hoosierisms you hear a lot. I'm from Indiana.
And
I don't know what I'm doing. Man, you've busted my neck. You've dislodged vertebrae in my
Dave,
neck.
I have not.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Sorry. The Mr. Bubble fortune guy. What was that?
That's right. In North Dakota, a guy named Ed Schaefer won, and his father owned Gold Seal, which made glass wax and Mr. Bubble.
Right.
Did you ever use Mr. Bubble?
No, I've used glass wax.
You have?
Yeah. But and then that's how the guy was identified.
Well,
the heir to the Mr. Bubble fortune.
One of the few. Yeah, one of the many, actually, I should say.
Yeah.
And then there was another governor from Vermont who's the only physician in the country who's also a governor.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
In case there's trouble right there.
Right, it's a very small state, so he can make house calls.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Did he run on that platform?
No.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk about President Bush. You knew President Bush. You know President Bush. You've interviewed him, haven't you?
Yes.
Were you at all sorry? Are you sad that his reign in the Oval Office is coming to an end?
In some ways, you know, because I've covered him for many years when he was chairman of the Republican National Committee and CIA, ambassador to China, all of that.
When's the last time you chatted with him?
Let's see. You know, actually, my husband and I were invited to a
Maury.
White House dinner. Yes.
Maury. The audience is now booing your husband. There's a real morale booster at home. But why did they call the show Maury?
They don't. It's called the Maury Povich Show.
No, it's not. It's called Maury.
No, it's not, Dave. It's called the Maury Povich Show.
So people like on a bus say, oh, I got to get home. We're in a hurry. We want to be sure we don't miss Maury? That's kind of like a hook for them?
Sure. It's a terrific program.
Let's do a commercial, and then when we get back, I want you to finish telling me about your last chat with President Bush.
Okay,
all right.
But I have some things to talk to you about.
If there's time, Connie, if there's time. We'll be right back here with Connie. Hello there. Connie Chung obviously is with us, Soul Asylum, and Jim Kelly from the Buffalo Bills, a fine athlete, a great quarterback. He'll be out here a bit later.
Yeah, I met him in the green room.
Did you meet him? What'd you think?
Big guy.
He's an enormous man. He's been here before. A nice guy, a likable young fellow, personable young athlete.
Just like you.
Well, thank you very much. Let's see. George Bush, tell us of your last encounter with the First Family.
Maury and I were invited to,
Maury.
you know.
The audience is now booing Maury. That's an ugly turn of events, isn't it?
Just because of you.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
You and your husband are with the Bushes.
Yeah. It was a White House dinner, and we...
What was the occasion?
I think it was a dinner for some ambassador or something. I can't even remember, unfortunately.
Well, thanks for paying attention.
No. And I was seated next to the president, which was a big shock to me. You know, I was very
Now, he
nice.
must have known who you were, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, he remembered when I used to cover him, and he said that you know, he plays golf. My husband plays golf, and so we were talking about golf, and he uses this it's called an Orville Moody putter, and it's a very long putter. So we were talking about his long putter, and then.
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall that night. Sorry, I don't know. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
And then we also talked about, I had just done an interview with Marlon Brando, and he said, how was that interview with Yul Brynner?
Now, it's one thing to make a mistake. Obviously, somebody had briefed him about what you were up to in your current projects and so on and so forth.
I think he just made a mistake.
He did make a mistake, but I believe Yul Brynner, not only not alive now, not alive then.
I think he was dead then?
Had not been alive for like 6 years at that point. Am I right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, I think he died like in '84 or something, maybe even earlier. Yeah, that's true.
Dave, you know what?
Tell us about the new show. I understand you have a brand new show.
Right, right.
Tell
At
us
CBS.
about that.
It's we haven't really formulated it yet, but
Oh,
we're
like this
developing
one.
it. I think it'll be on sometime next year.
You've done a lot of shows for CBS. You did you had the big Saturday Night Live primetime Connie Chung hour. What was that called?
Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday night, right. And then you had the interview shows.
Face to Face.
Face to Face, right.
Which, actually, Dave, I really wanted you to come on, and you know, I was so hurt because he wouldn't come on.
I know, it was a sad...
And I begged him, and I said, remember
This is like Spanish television all of a sudden. Like we're doing a show from Madrid. I've never seen anything like this.
When Emerson Fittipaldi couldn't show, remember he didn't make it, his plane didn't make it, and you called me up, I was here at NBC, and you said, Connie, can you come, you know,
you
and I
have
was
done
there.
us millions of favors.
You know, and then Kmart, the magician, couldn't be here, and so Connie was there. The insect lady couldn't be here.
Connie was always there when we needed her.
Right.
That's right.
But you know what? You can make it up to me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah? Okay?
Yeah, so what can I do for you?
We really want you to come to CBS.
Oh, that's,
we know about your
that's
negotiations.
very sweet.
And let me just make my case, okay? If you went to ABC, you know, Nightline is on, and we want to get you on at 11:30 instead of 12:30, okay? So Nightline, you'd be on at midnight, you know? You can only move up a half an hour. That's not good enough for our day, right? You could stay at NBC, but it's time. Sometimes you have to leave home. It's time to leave home, okay? You come to CBS. You'll be closer to Connecticut. You know, we're at 57th Street.
Blocks.
7 blocks. 7 blocks.
That'll cut hours off the old commute, won't it? Connie, it's great fun to see you again, and I hope we see more of you in the future. As always, my best to Maury. Thank you for being here. Connie Chung, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right. How about that Connie, huh? She's one hot lady, that Connie. She's a spitfire, isn't she?
You're crazy about her, but she put you on the spot there for a minute. Ooh, she had you going for a second.
Yeah, it's good to see Connie again on the show. Jim Kelly, the drop kick back in the game.
About time.
I was goofing around at the high school in my neighborhood over the weekend, and I was able to consistently, in street clothes, in street shoes, in these loafers right here, drop kick a football through the goals, the uprights, the goalposts, 80 yards. Like I'd say, that's it right there. 9 out of 10 times on the run, drop kick a ball 80 feet through the uprights.
Man, that's great. I just learned how to do that.
And I think that's what would put the NFL back on its feet. Yeah. Biff Henderson's NBA update, starring our own stage manager, Biff Henderson. Biff?
Last night, the Chicago Bulls hosted the Indiana Pacers. The Bulls controlled the tip-off and went ahead on a 20-foot jump shot, making it 2-0. Then the Pacers inbounded, ran it up the court, and tied the score with an easy layup. Now it was 2-2. Then the Bulls passed it in, but it was deflected, and it went out off some guy's shin.
Biff, I don't think the update should actually be longer than the game. You know? Could you move it along a little bit?
You never rush Marv Albert with his little blooper tape. So anyway, a guy on the Pacers takes a shot, and it hits off the back of the rim, and the score is still 2-2. Then the Bulls come back down and put up
Tactic. You put me in a punting situation, and it becomes an offensive weapon.
Defensive tactic into an offensive.
Say the kick takes place on your own 20. Well, you're giving a bad field position to the opponents. Put me in to drop kick, you could get 2 or 3 points.
I'm excited about
whatever
that.
you
Personally excited about that.
Not exactly sure about the rules. Here, as one of the premier quarterbacks in the NFL, our next guest has led the Buffalo Bills to 4 straight divisional titles and the last 2 Super Bowls. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jim Kelly. Man, what a show. Good to see you again. How tall a man are you?
Short 6'3".
6'3", I'm 6'2". What do you weigh?
Well, if you weigh 260, you used to weigh 260, I must be up around 300. About 225.
225, that's pretty good. And do you feel comfortable at that weight?
Maybe about 220 I'd feel a little more comfortable, but I have an aunt that loves cooking some serious Italian food when she comes up, Aunt Tony, and I'll tell you what, puts a few pounds on.
Yeah. Now, when during the off season, and maybe when your playing days are behind you, What do you think? Will you go up or down weight-wise?
Probably myself, probably up a few pounds. But,
really?
I do a pretty good job as far as keeping in shape. I've played a lot of basketball and a lot of golf. That, you know, takes a lot of weight off you.
Yeah. Getting in and out of the cart, that really will, the pounds just melt off.
That's right, walking up to the green.
You know, but when I watch these games on Sunday and then I watch them on Monday, and, you know, whenever they're on, they talk about offensive linemen playing now, guys who weigh 300 pounds, 320 pounds. That's unbelievable to me.
That's about the average now. I mean, if you're 270 pounds, you're considered small. We have an offensive guard on our team, Jimmy Richter. He's 275 pounds, and when they talk about him, they talk about how small he is.
Yeah.
I mean, we got guys, House Ballard, my offensive tackle.
House Ballard.
House. I just wonder what. He weighs a good whooping, I'd say, about 360 pounds.
Yeah.
And
360.
And the others say Will Wolford weighs 320, so my line's pretty big, but we also got a guy. And it's funny you mentioned the offensive line, Mitch Farrat, the pit bull.
Yeah, this is the guy you passed to, right?
Yeah, he's tied an NFL record. He's caught 2 touchdown passes this year. As a matter of fact, 2 of my offensive line have caught 3 total. And as a matter of fact, this is one of the things. He's going to be hopefully a wrestler when he's done. This is just, I guess.
Hopefully?
This is.
Shouldn't it be regrettably?
No, I'll tell you this. I think he wants to wrestle more than he wants to play football. But at the time being, he's getting paid well to do what he's doing. And he's doing a good job.
Yeah. Now, do all teams exercise? Now, is this an option? Do you have to tell this play to the officials to get your linemen eligible for this? Or
yes, you do.
Yeah.
Because of the number they have on their jersey. And it's funny because when we played the Steelers this week, Mitch is from the Pittsburgh area. His town and my town merged as far as high schools together, and every time they mentioned number 59 eligible, he had over 100 tickets to the game too, and everybody went nuts. So it was good to see him catch that one.
So now when you take that play into the official, does that mean somebody else on the offensive squad is not eligible?
No, it's just he replaces a wide receiver such as a James Lofton or a Don Beebe. He comes in, and not too many people will think Mitch Farrat will catch a pass, but he has 2 this year, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Now these guys, getting back to this weight issue for a second, these guys, now when you look at them, are they just fat, these guys?
Well, some of them probably have about 14% body fat. What's yours about?
Oh, I'm down to like 5-6%.
I believe that.
Depends on what suit I'm wearing.
No, but most of these guys probably bench, I'd say bench press 400 or 500 pounds. Most offensive linemen have to bench between 450 and 500 if they even want to be considered a top lineman in the NFL.
This is just staggering. Now, how do humans get this big?
Well, a few years ago it might have been steroids, but
no, I know, and that
was
was a real problem. I think finally people understand the danger of that.
Without a doubt.
But still, in all, guys are big now. And is it through weights? Is it genetics? Is it diet?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think you have to eat properly, without a doubt. But I think it's
eat properly to maintain 360.
Like, yeah, 4 or 5 steaks. 4 or 5 steaks. A lot of meat, without a doubt.
Now, when these guys are done playing, will they shed some of that weight, or they just go through their life weighing like a quarter of a ton?
It's more the littler guys get heavier and the bigger guys lose weight, because I know a couple guys on our team that were 280 pounds are like 225 pounds now.
Yeah.
Some of the guys are retired, and it seems like the bigger guys get smaller and the smaller guys get bigger.
Yeah, but you'd like them to just keep getting bigger and bigger. That's better for you, isn't it?
Yeah, as long as they can move just as quick.
What about, see, the last 2 years you're in the Super Bowl. So now you've been there twice, but you haven't won it.
Nope.
So now, are you hungrier or a little less hungry because you've had the experience twice, still and all not winning?
Well, you know you want to win. I mean, that's, you know, every year there's teams that have a legitimate chance of winning the Super Bowl, and we feel that we're one of those teams. And we're unfortunate. I know there's probably some Giant fans here in Super Bowl 25. We felt, I knew I was going to get something from Giants or Jets fans here today, but it's something when you feel that you know, you're right in there 2 years ago. We lost by about this much, a field goal. We would have been Super Bowl champs.
Scott Norwood. Where is he now?
Probably in Virginia right now. But
is he out of football altogether?
Yeah, I don't think he's with anybody.
That wasn't his fault, was it?
It wasn't, no, because he was one of the main reasons we made it to the Super Bowl 25.
And clearly, that shot was out of his range.
As a matter of fact, he had plenty of leg. He just pushed it to the right.
Oh, so maybe it was his fault.
I don't know about that.
You're trying to ease him out from under that.
No problem.
But so are you going to be back in the Super Bowl this year, do you think?
Well, we're doing a good job so far. We're tied. We have a big game against the Dolphins this Monday night. And last time we faced them, they beat us pretty good. So I'm looking forward to this one. I'm excited about.
Do we have time to throw some balls here? Okay, we have to do a commercial. Jim Kelly and I are back here. All right, you understand? We're going for the wastebasket, $100 a ball. Go ahead. Go ahead. Anton. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh, geez. I lost my footing. Hey, oh, what do you think about that drop kick deal? Go ahead. Just keep playing. We're about out of time. There it is! Here we go. That's it! That's it! It's all for charity. Oh. One more. Oh! 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 Very, very close. Good night, everybody.